Are your youth's emotions and behaviors maladaptive? I'm Kelly Rhodes with Body and Behavior Institute. Whether you categorize an emotion or behavior as maladaptive or contextually adaptive can depend upon your experience. Let's dive into that. How long can you hold your breath? On average, people can hold their breath for about 90 seconds. But that's not true for everyone. Let's set a timer for 13 minutes. We know that exposure to this environment results in this adaptation. This adaptation causes our fingertips to become more like frog fingers, better able to grip a slippery bank, pull ourselves out of the water. And if I showed you this picture, you could reasonably guess that foot belonged to this person rather than this person. These bodily changes aren't conscious decisions you make in that moment. You don't find yourself having trouble gripping a slippery bank trying to get out of the water and make a conscious decision to form wrinkles on your fingertips to allow water to drain and make them tacky so you can grip onto that bank. You don't decide consciously to grow calluses on your feet just before you realize you have to walk across a desert barefoot. Experiences in a specific environment create these bodily changes. The ones we've seen so far are pretty universal, but not all adaptations are universal. Let's check our timer. We're at about 90 seconds. Most of us watching this video have taken several breaths by this time. Let's get back to our content. Here's the spleen of a farmer. Here's the spleen of a member of an ancient tribe that holds their breath to dive deep in the ocean for fish to eat. The Bajau tribe living off the coast of Malaysia have spleens up to 50% larger than most people. Their larger spleens act as an oxygen reservoir that allows them to hold their breath up to 8 times longer than the average person. So about 13 minutes. If you're an average person watching this video, you'd have taken many breaths between when we set our timer and now. A Bajau person wouldn't need a breath until we were all done watching this video, everyone was back to work, and you were having a snack. This change to survive a specific environment is called contextual adaptation. A farmer with a 50% larger spleen who had never held his breath to dive for fish in the ocean might be an aberration. What if I told you that farmer is a first-generation farmer who comes from a long line of breath-hold divers? Survival adaptations are captured in our DNA, just in case you or your offspring need it. And not all contextual adaptations are the same, even in similar conditions. These are patterns, trends, and tendencies, not absolutes. Adaptations are as nuanced as the individual and the experience. Two people who've experienced violence may not develop the same adaptation. The features of an experience design the features of the adaptation. This environment during childhood changes the organs and systems of that body to prepare that body to survive on fewer nutrients as if they were enough. These biological adaptations to food insecurity put the body at greater risk for insulin resistance, diabetes, and obesity. It also modifies the organs and systems in ways that can increase their working memory and spontaneous response, especially in situations where resources like food are scarce. A body experiencing this environment during childhood modifies in different ways than a body exposed to food insecurity. It can increase this person's ability to perceive anger long before people who haven't been abused. These anger-perceiving experts can see it coming a mile away. They had to, or they wouldn't be here. A body that's experienced harsh and unpredictable environments can be better than most at detecting danger and opportunity. They can shift quickly between different mental and physical tasks. They can be great at tracking conditions in their environment that are changing really rapidly and tenaciously stay with something they believe will result in them getting an immediate reward. Contextual adaptations don't just affect fingertips, calluses, or spleens. The change in the body's organs and systems generate emotions that enlist behaviors to help us survive and thrive in the environment we experience. If you don't understand contextual adaptation, you might blame the youth, the fingertips, or the size of the spleen. Behavior scientist Bruce Ellis and his colleagues put it this way: because these are powerful, evolved responses that promoted lineage survival during our natural selective history, Band-Aid interventions like sex education, birth control, promoting self-esteem, training coping skills, teaching problem-solving strategies, are unlikely to affect change at a foundational level. Prevention and treatment programs instead need to address causative environmental conditions. Here's how contextual adaptation might show up on a youth treatment unit. You may have youth on your unit who constantly keep one eye on the unit window or door. You may have youth who feel uncomfortable standing close to peers in line, or argue with seemingly every direction from staff. You might have youth on your unit who seem to become agitated about what appears to be nothing to you. Then, 40 minutes later, a fight breaks out of nowhere. Their deviant behavior describes the survival conditions of their home environment. We're the field tasked with helping youth with their emotions and behaviors. A basic understanding of contextual adaptation has to be included in our staff training. Top researchers and national scientific research funders from all around the world, including National Institutes of Health, invest in contextual adaptation research because it is so vital to understanding human emotions and behaviors. Here are a few of my favorite contextual adaptation researchers. Willem Frankenhuis, Bruce Ellis, these two work together. Bruce is the one I quoted earlier. Daniel Nettle, Mélusine Boon-Falleur, Vladis Grishkevicius, Jeffrey Simpson, Ethan Young. There are so many. And if you're interested in reading their research, I've placed links in the description. I'm Kelly with Body and Behavior Institute. If you found value in this video, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe. To learn more about contextual adaptation and behaviors in youth treatment, watch this video. See you next time.